So, I have a shopping problem.
Listen, let's stay positive. I don't think it's a problem.
I'm helping the economy with every single purchase that I make, but I was realizing recently that, like, I haven't really bought, like, any cute jewelry. Like, I have the stuff that I wear all the time, but, like, anything that's, trendy or, like, new or just different, like, I really didn't have much of that. So I started looking around, and I found Ana Luisa. Have you heard of them?
Yes, because you are because of the way that you shop. I too have gotten the ads, and I'm like, hold on, this is so cute.
So cute.
Because you know how I am. I don't shop.
Right.
But when I do, I gotta love it.
Yeah.
I added to cart so quick.
Yeah, good. Same. I had to, like, restrain myself so that I didn't have to have a conversation with Chris. But not only is it cute, I was so excited. You know that I am a crunchy, let's, save the planet with using one towel on a holiday vacation. The best thing about them is that they are sustainable, they're fairly priced, they're ethically produced, so I can get into my consumerism habits. I can shop too much, but I'm contributing to a company that is also doing good for this planet. So I feel like it's win-win.
It's totally win-win. For me, I know that that's important to you. I think the sustainability is awesome because it feels like I'm doing a good thing just as a byproduct of being a customer.
Right.
But, I have a 12-year-old.
Uh-huh.
Shalom is starting to dig in my drawers and get into my stuff, and she is becoming a gold person because she's smart. I'm a gold person.
Mm-hmm.
And so when she saw that I had a package in the mail, she was like, game for it, let me dig in it. And you know what I thought about? I thought, this jewelry is well made. This jewelry is affordable. And I was like, what if it's something that I can use with Shalom as like a bonding thing? So we opened a little package together. She loved the little gold choker that I had. I got the little snake. They're like little tiny snakes.
Oh,
and I got
yes.
Yes, I got really dainty stuff, but also stuff that like is cool enough and appropriate for me as her old ass mom, but also really cute for her as a 12-year-old who's, exploring her stylishness, but it's also well made, so I'm not worried about her breaking it at school.
Or like having her ears turn green or her neck turn green.
Yes, or, being super sad if that did happen, God forbid, just go in there and get it for her again. Not, You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that kind of matters though, but it also is so pretty and so dainty. I'm okay with sharing it with her.
Well, yeah.
It's not like a great grandmother's piece.
Right. I know. I was like so excited because I leave my earrings in all the time, and I have 3 holes on one side and 2 on the other. So I got some really cute earrings to like stack, and I got these. I've seen bloggers wear these all the time. They're like a double hoop. They're really cute. They're not too big, not too small. So definitely found a way to update my wardrobe and not have to worry about spending a ton of money on like all new clothes, because I feel like sometimes you can just accessorize what you have and it feels brand new.
Yes, and you know what the other great thing about jewelry is? It's that it always fits.
Yeah.
It's true though, it always fits. Like, I feel like I wear the same basics, tops and bottoms all the time, but you change the whole look with, your jewelry and how you accessorize it and how you layer. And I feel like if I have more than 2 or 3 pieces of jewelry on, honey, I am dressed.
Yes.
With a T. So I'm feeling this Ana Luisa, I gotta be honest. I'm happy that whatever you did to get them in my algorithm, thank you.
Well, I have a little surprise.
Ooh, give it to me.
Ana Luisa wants to be our stranger friend, and so yes. So our stranger friend listeners, guys, listen up. They have extended us a code just for you. You can save 10% on all of the products on their website. You can use our code Imperfect. We have a code.
Are we capital P podcasters or
yes.
what?
They have new jewelry collections coming up every single Friday. Jewelry starting at $39. Listen, holidays are coming up. You've got to buy those little gifts. Send them across the country. They come packaged in these adorable little canvas bags with little gold snaps. I got like little green ones. I got a little black velvet one. So, you know, don't...
Really? I got canvas. I got canvas gray and a canvas green, but they're really nice because they're reusable.
They're so... I was like this bag alone is amazing. I love this tiny little pouch.
Yes, and the clasp...
Yes.
I know this is silly, but the clasp is magnetic, so like it's gonna stay closed.
It's thick and it's heavy, like it feels just rich.
It really does. And you know I'm a stickler about packaging. It's really very cute packaging.
It's adorable. So guys, you can shop using our special code at shop.analuisa.com/imperfect code imperfect. Save 10% at analuisa.com.
Now make sure you're spelling Ana Luisa right. She's Ana Luisa. So it's ANALUISA. ANALUISA. You will be on your way to wearing beautiful, gold, sustainable jewelry that you can share with your kid if you feel like being nice. Well, it's everybody's favorite season. You know I love the fall because it means all of the clothes and nobody thinks I'm crazy. You know how in the summertime when you have a lot of clothes on because you have body issues and people, well-meaning people, aren't you hot in that? Don't ask me that shit. I chose to wear this on a hot-ass day because clearly I'm compensating for something. I'm covering up something. Don't worry about whether or not I'm hot. Worry about your temperature. So why I love the fall is because I can wear all my layers and no one asks me that dumbass question.
Fall is a nice time to just like really settle into your winter body, layer it up, all of the stretchy things, all of the big bulky sweaters, cardigans, all that good stuff. I do love switching over my wardrobe. I was just thinking the other day, like I need to go downstairs, but it's still hot here. Like today, I mean, it was pleasant, but we've probably still got a good 2 weeks before it like officially turns over.
Okay, wait a second. You're so organized that you actually switch your drawers out? Oh, it's because your closet's tiny.
My closet's tiny. Yeah, so I have to move. It's really, let's see. No, I do change my pajama drawer a little bit. I would say like 50% of my pajama, like lounge clothes change, and then probably 90% of my closet changes over. Yeah.
Wait a second. Your pajama drawer is seasonal?
Yeah. I just had...
Wow.
I had this kick a few years back where I was like really into like the cute little matching like cotton pajama sets with like the button down shirt. So it was like, I have a bunch of, who was it? Roller Rabbit. They have really cute sets, and also I can't pronounce it. I think it's Marigo or I don't know. But I got a couple sets that were like, you know, little shorts and little button-down shirt combos because at the time, like, it just felt nice to, I mean, Lennox was a lot smaller, so if I was in pajamas all day, it just felt nice to, like, be in a matching set, and I felt a little less slobby doing that.
Wow, so we're just on the same spectrum except for that you know you're in pajamas. I purposefully look for matching sets as outfits so that, because, you know, I'm not leaving the house.
Right.
I can take my shower, put my matching set outfit on so that if I have to go to the mailbox or, you know, look presentable on a Zoom.
Yeah.
It's still dressed, but it's pajamas. I have so many new matching sets that look like pajamas, and I've had well-meaning people say, oh my gosh, is that pajama? No. It's my outfit.
What, do you have a specific type or brand or place where you like to acquire these pajama, not pajamas?
Well, I'm cheap, but hold on. I'm going to text you a picture of myself right now so you could understand. I'm literally in a set right now. Hold on a second. I'm texting you that.
Okay.
And it's a colorful pattern, and Justin Beck was like, because I just got into this last year. Because, you feel gross during the pandemic. Like, my tie-dye house dresses got me very far, but after a while it was like, oh, I have to look presentable on a Zoom. I'm talking to a real teacher here. Like, oh, yeah.
That's really pretty. Is it silk or satin?
Hell no, it's polyester terrible. Anyway, Justin was like, are these colors you're wearing? I was like, yes. He's like, patterns? Yes. And I have like 3 sets, and, I'm looking for a place to source them from India.
Yeah.
So that I can just have every pattern under the sun, and it can just look like pajamas. I feel comfortable. My butt looks good in it. The top sits just below my pooch, so it looks like, oh my God, there might be a flat stomach there. It's really great. But, yeah, my closet's giant, so I don't switch shit out. Everything just fits in here.
Yeah, I used to have a really big closet, and I didn't have to switch anything when I had that, but this one is like a little side-by-side, just a normal standard, bedroom closet. Chris's is even smaller. Chris has, at the end of our hallway, we have like a little reach-in closet, and that's his. So when we moved...
Damn,
yeah,
cold world.
I know. When we moved in here, I think we maybe lived here about a year and a half before we were like, okay, we need to get California Closets in here and help us with organization, because, we were, when you cut your square footage in half, you really have to be creative with how you store things and how you keep them organized. And because, a mess gets out of hand really quickly. Like, I remember being able to hide things like in my laundry room at the old house, or I could like shove it into the dining room and nobody would see. And it's like, now if things get out of hand, it's like, it's very obvious.
Yeah. Well, okay, I lie. My closet's not huge. I said that like I was a housewife. My closet's like capital H. My closet's not huge like that. I share it with Justin. But you do walk in. I can't sit in here. I can like lay a twin size air mattress in here.
Oh yeah,
and lay down.
My last one was like that. But we went and looked at houses this weekend, and one of them, it was like a housewife capital H closet with like the lighting on the shoe racks, and it was ginormous. And I looked around and I was like, I think that 50% of this would be empty, because I've had to downsize so much with like what I keep clothing wise. This would be a really sad looking place. It looks really nice the way this lady has it all filled out.
So wait, you're moving?
No, I don't know. We're in this weird, like, you ever watch that show Love It or List It?
I know of it, but I read a thing that said all those shows are lies.
They probably are, but the premise of this show is that, this family is in this house and one spouse wants to move and the other wants to stay. Honestly, the reason why they can't live in their house anymore is because they have so much shit. I feel like all of these people, just if they could just get rid of, like, I don't know, 45 to 50% of the things that they own, they wouldn't have the space problems that they do.
Yeah. Listen, purging.
Yeah.
Like 3 and 4 times a year is so important. Like, we don't.
It's my favorite pastime. What are you talking about?
Oh, I love it. And you can tell, like, you start to feel gross when you haven't done it in a while. Like, we haven't done it in a while. On top of, we're just up in here.
Yeah.
So, like, there's no, like, I went out of the house all day and then I get to come home to my house and love it. I've been in here all day and I'm sick of looking at this stuff, but I'm also unmotivated and can't get to it because why? Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
So, like, when your house starts to feel cluttery and you're powerless to fix it because, once you start taking shit apart, whoo, girl. Oh. It's going to be 3 and 4 days, 6 days, 9 days of stuff everywhere, and that's frustrating on its own.
It escalates so fast. And it's also one of those projects where it gets worse before it gets better. And contending with, the mess that you have to make, because you got to pull everything out. You got to look at it. Then you got to decide, are we going to, take it to Goodwill? Does it need to be trashed? Could we try to sell this on Facebook Marketplace? Like, it's pretty involved. And we don't even have that much stuff, I mean, there are some things that I need to go downstairs and box and bag up and figure out, where they need to go. But yeah, we're in this place where, we've been in the house for 6 years. And we're kind of trying to figure out, do we need just a little bit more room? Are we okay where we are? Do we need to dig into some big home improvement projects? For example, our basement is basically, it's, the entire footprint of the house, and it's split in half by a cinder block wall. And the back half is all finished. And there is a bonus room that somebody put on at some point, which will, eventually become a 4th bedroom once we can get it put back together. But the front half of the basement is all unfinished. And so that is where the bathroom resides, the murder bath. That's very scary. The children do not like it. They won't use it. So that bathroom goes unused. And my laundry's down there, which I kind of tried to do like lipstick on a pig, if you'll recall, back in the spring. And
right, and you still hate it down there, huh?
I still hate it down there. And so this house that we looked at, it's like literally up the street from ours, which is great because we love our neighbor. Like everything, like the location, the schools, we love everything about this house. It's just like, we just need some things to be a little bit more functional. So it's like, and Chris doesn't want a big project. So we looked at 2. One would be like, we would have to move into an apartment for like 6 to 9 months and have the whole thing gutted because nobody's touched it since 1955. So
that's the best thing, though. That's the best kind. No, but I have a tip.
Yeah.
If you can do it, if you can survive, it's hard. I did it, and it's hard, and I'll tell you it's hard. However, when you find those 1950s untouched gems, I know it's tempting to live in an apartment or live somewhere else, or even, dreadfully live in your old house while you're doing that. I mean, motherfuckers be rich and be doing it.
Yeah.
We couldn't do that.
We can't do that.
Yeah, we couldn't do that. So, but living in our house while it was completely 1953 was the best thing we could have ever done because we figured out how we personally live in it.
Yeah.
And so we could tweak things about the space and how we wanted to renovate while still staying true to the shape of the house.
Yeah.
Like little things we figured out, like, oh, this switch plate does this. Look at the lights under this thing. That's cool. And we discovered weird things about the house. So if you could do it, I would say only live in the shitty apartment for 2 months while you make 2 bedrooms and like a livable kitchen.
Yeah.
Like you gotta, but also it's a pandemic. I don't know how you're gonna find workers.
Well, and this is like a to the studs, like the back needs to be blown out. It is smaller actually than the house that we're in now. So we would have to add on. It's in the middle of the woods, which was cool because no neighbors. They're there, but they're not like accessible like they are here. But
yeah, well then I was gonna say, when you said the house is smaller and it was a lot of work, I was like, okay, so I'm going to put my I'm Suzanne Whang. I'm going to put my Suzanne Whang voice on and be like, the couple decided that this house wasn't the right house for them because the backyard, you know how she talks?
Yeah.
I was going to say that one ain't the house. But then you said in the woods, no neighbors. I was like, oh, it's the house.
Yeah. I don't know. It was, we walked in the front door and Chris was like, this doesn't look anything like the pictures you sent me. And I was like, let's just be open-minded.
Not a catfish.
Yeah. And the real estate agent met us there because the house had just expired. The listing had just expired like on Friday or Saturday, and we were going on Sunday. And there were little booties inside the door to put on, which I was like, great, I'll put these booties on. And our agent, who we've worked with for like the last 10 years, she started pulling them out and she's like, they're all used though. And I was like, okay, well, we'll just take off our shoes. Like, that's fine. Okay.
Absolutely not.
Melissa, I took off my shoes to walk through this house, and I definitely picked up crumbs and dirt. One of the rugs was wet. There were like 5 different types of flooring. I was like,
Nope. And I know that smell. You know that 1953 smell, because it's not just dust and dirt.
No.
That's dead skin cells, baby. That's what that is. That's dust mites in a motherfucker. Nope.
It was like nobody had painted the walls, and it was one of those where like, yes, this is cool. Yes, this would be a fun thing to do, but do we really want to like tackle something this extensive? Also, the place where we're looking, this entire neighborhood is all septic. And given our experience with, fixing this basement in our backyard, I was like, yeah, I don't really know if we're like the people to tackle like taking on a septic tank, because given our luck, like ours is going to be a huge mess. It's going to be a problem. So maybe this just isn't for us.
You have a whole upper echelon skill set, like dead ass. I don't have that. Justin Beck looks at Zillow and MLS and all those other Redfin, whatever those are.
Uh-huh.
He looks at that like Instagram.
I do too.
Like, he doesn't look at Instagram and be interested in people and stuff. The stuff he looks at on Instagram is like people kicking each other's balls or somebody setting themselves on fire, and then also just houses. Mm-hmm. So like, he has the vision and he can see like, and he'll call people, because we're never moving. We're in our forever house.
Yeah.
He'll call people and be like, bro, hear me out. I know you don't want to move, but you have to. This is the house. And like, it gets to the point where it's like very embarrassing. We're in a WhatsApp with a couple and he's constantly sending them listings. He's like, no, there's nothing wrong with your house. I'm just saying, this house though, he's been trying to get my friend Maria and John to move to a whole entire neighborhood, like where ethnically they wouldn't belong. I'm like, Justin, they don't. They like being Greek. Leave them alone. They want to be by their people.
That's so funny. That's so the thing that sparked this all, like, I literally was having no feelings about it. I've been thinking, but I was driving home the other night, and there's this house that is on the road that leads to my neighborhood. And 3 years ago, somebody bought it and rehabbed it, and they did it right. They took this little 50s, I think it may have had like a 1-bedroom dormer upstairs, but they took it and they made it into this amazing space. And I watched it sell the first time. And then I watched it sell again last year. And then they put a sign out this week. So I called Chris and I was like, the house is for sale. I was like, we gotta go look at it. We gotta call Nicole. Like, we gotta take care of this. So I texted the real estate agent and I said, hey, can you just like see when this is coming on the market? I said, it's not on the MLS. The sign's in the yard though. I drove by real slow, took a picture of the sign so she could have the phone number. And I said,
you're like a real ass adult. Oh my God.
I was like, is it haunted? Are there problems? Like, why? I was like, I know these people just moved in May of last year. So like, what's wrong with it? So she called and reached out and she was like, no, they bought land and they're trying to build a house and move. And I was like, okay. So they had an open house on Sunday and the house is priced incredibly too high. It's incredibly too high. They're trying to make a killing off of it based off of what they bought it for last year. So that right there, I'm just like, I'm not fucking paying this because I know what you paid and you didn't do shit to it other than put in that privacy fence. So we went through it on Sunday and the layout's fantastic. The space is nice. It's decorated nice. The finishes are nice. Like, it's everything that we like. But for the price, it was like hollow core doors, IKEA cabinets in the bathrooms. I was like, You want what for particle board in here? I mean, I love IKEA and I've had it in all of my houses, but I just feel like if we're going to level up into that price range, like I want like better stuff than what I have here in my house.
Well, I'll listen. I respect that completely, but I will say this. I know a lady that worked at
yeah.
and love it. Beautiful. Hey, if y'all want to sponsor, we can edit this right out. But their shit is actually raggedy. It just looks nice and like is comparable quality to IKEA. I know that sounds crazy.
Really?
But Yes, we have a friend. He our jeweler. So the guy Justin Beck bought my ring from.
Yeah.
He dumb rich. They bought an apartment in the city, 2 apartments in the city, and like blew it out and made it one giant apartment. Which
cool.
That's just like, in the city you did that, and y'all got kids. Okay, billionaire. Okay, Bill Gates.
Bill Gates.
And they had a beautiful white kitchen, whatever. And then I guess something happened where he had to come by here, and he's like, "Oh my God, you guys got our kitchen." And Justin's like, "Yeah, okay." And he's like, "Did you get it from the lady at?" Justin's like, "Bro, no." And he's like, "What do you mean?"
Oh no.
And Justin asked him, "How much did you spend on your kitchen?" And the guy says an astronomical amount, 6 figures on the kitchen.
Oh God.
And he's like, "Beck, your kitchen looks just like mine." And Justin was like, "Yeah."
Oh no.
And he's like, "Well, where'd you get yours?" And Justin's like, "This shit's IKEA, bitch." It is though.
And
listen, it's not perfect.
I love your
kitchen.
kitchen.
But it looks good.
And I honestly, this kitchen looks a lot like yours. It's the white glossy cabinets. That has a beautiful island with a marble waterfall top on it. You know, everything looks like I picked it out. The bedrooms downstairs have a Jack and Jill bathroom, which is adorable. And I was like, oh my God, the boys could have these rooms. They would have their little bathroom. It's you know, it's lovely, but it definitely needs to drop in price. And so, you know,
yeah, if it's a fucking $6,000 kitchen, then they're tripping.
They're tripping because I know they didn't do anything, because I know what it looked like before, and I watched them put up that fence because I look at that house every time I drive. Every time I drive by, I'm obsessed with it. So
wait a second. You really... Is this like a life crisis, or you feel like you've outgrown your house?
I just think that we have 2 choices. We can either dig in and do the things that we need to do. So that would be, you know, the office space has been torn up since 2018 when we did all that waterproofing work. We put in the egress window, so it is bare floors and unfinished drywall. So that room needs to be finished. There's a closet in there that's like studs, you know, nothing fancy, because there's a sump pump, so that closet needs to be finished out and that sump pump needs to be closed off, so that could be a true bedroom with a closet. And then I need to finish my laundry room. I need, you know, drywall. The murder bathroom needs to be made into like a nice bathroom that my children, basically, like, I need to wall off the storage areas so they don't look like storage areas, because I think that's what scares my kids. So if it looks like the rest of the house, they will be more inclined to use it. And I need an office space, because we're getting to a point where I can't keep podcasting on the floor of my closet, like tucked into this little hole here. Chris needs working space. Like when he works from home, he needs an office space. So it's like bedroom, laundry, office space. Like, we would be cool to hang out here in this house. Or I can go buy that one down the street if they get realistic on the price and it's all done. So it's either embark on a project or like move, which neither is exciting.
Man, moving is hard.
Moving is really, well, I mean, think about like showing. Oh my God, that's the most stressful thing. Like, our last house sold the same day that we listed it, God bless. But the house before that, it was on the market for a year. And that was so fucking stressful, keeping it like tip top all the time. Ugh.
Well, not even just that. I had a very, when we had to sell we sold our other house under duress because we had an asshole neighbor, crazy restraining order against him, all that.
Yeah.
I'm talking about hate crimes, all that. Terrible. Like, I have horrible luck with neighbors, which is why I am the way that I am.
Yeah.
We don't do neighbors. I don't give a shit. Don't invite me to your shit. Don't say hi to me. Did you accidentally get my mail? Put that shit in the mailbox. Don't knock on my door. I just don't want to engage in a relationship, even friendly, because shit could go awry. You never know. And this is my forever house, so I can't mess around.
Right.
But moving, under duress that way. Like, moving in a great mood is terrible, but moving like that, where we had to show the house, and like, I was crazy. The real estate lady was like, Miss Beck, really? I was like, I don't want my children's bedrooms on the listing. I told you that. Remove it. And she's like, but we're showing a house that says it's such and such bedrooms. I go, okay, well, do you want pedophiles to come through my house?
Oh, no.
She was like, okay, wow.
I never thought about that, but wow, yeah.
100%. And when you have an open house, motherfuckers come in your house and dig all up, smell your baby's underwear. No, you can't come in here. So I would remember that when we had the showings, I would park up the street and then clock everybody walking in and out. I would see neighbors up the street who were just looky-looing. Yeah. Nah, motherfucker, I know you just came over here from 17.
Yep.
And you see I'm over here in 11. What you doing? What you doing? I ain't never talked to you in my life. Why are you in my house? Why are you in my house? But yeah, also the last minute, like, you got to have the house look like a magazine real quick.
Oh, gosh. It's so stressful. I remember, like, I would keep a laundry basket at the ready because when we moved this last time, I had a baby Lennox. I had how old was Bennett? Bennett was 3 and Quinn was 5. So
hell no.
It's kid shit everywhere. And I had 2 dogs. So I kept this laundry basket at the ready. And if we got a last minute showing, I would run around the house. I would scoop up anything that was out, throw it in the laundry basket. I would grab the high chair. I would remove all like signs of children and pets. And I would load them all into my minivan. God bless the minivan. And then we would just like go to the park down the street, or we would just drive around. And then I would wait to see like how long somebody was like at the house, so that I could tell, like, if they stay a really long time, they probably are really into it and they like it. But if they leave really fast, they're not into it. So I would like try to clock how long they were there. It's ridiculous.
I mean, are you really ready for this?
Can I tell you what I did last time? I'm such a psycho. So I'm truly questionable, my motives here. Okay, so we listed this last house. We had intended that it would be the house that we would stay in until the kids graduated from high school. We bought it right before, like 2 months before Bennett was born, so we hadn't really been there that long, but we got it for a really great price because it sat forever. It wouldn't sell, and there was nothing wrong with it. It was just that it backed up to like a 2-lane road it's like a heavily trafficked road in the neighborhood. But that's really it. Like, it was a fully fenced backyard. It was at the end of a cul-de-sac. It was great. I think just its location like deterred people. So we got it for a great price. And I had been walking one night with Lennox, and I noticed that all these houses in our neighborhood were like selling really fast. And so I came home and I told Chris, I was like, I think we should list this house. I think we could make money on it, and we could probably try to get closer to downtown. So we took the month of May. We took care of any outstanding projects or whatever. We listed it. It went pending the same day, but when the people came back to look at it for the did it go pending right away? It did, but I feel like they had to come back for something. Maybe they came back the next day or whatever, but I definitely Googled the girl's name. That was
100%
part of the good. Okay, Googled her name. I found her Twitter. I was looking through her tweets.
You crazy.
She's a school teacher, and her son had elephants in his bedroom. Well, I had elephant sheets for Lennox's crib, so I definitely put the elephant sheets on the bed because I was like, she might see this and be like, oh, it's a sign.
You are all the way crazy.
She listened.
You are a hand rocking the cradle.
Yes.
Okay.
She had like mentioned some kind of band that she liked to listen to. So, you put the music channel on your TV, so there's music in the room, that lights are all on. And so I definitely put on the station of this band that she said she liked. So I was like, I am going to set this shit up so that this woman walks in here and is so emotionally attached to my house because of the music that she hears and the things that she sees. She's going to be like, honey, this is for us.
She didn't stand a chance. That was psychological warfare. Like, did you bake fresh cookies too?
No, but I always had fresh flowers. Everything was like set perfectly, but it was so funny. I was like so dead set, and they bought it. And that was that. And it was a nice, like, they were renting an apartment, so we had 3 months to rent back the house from them. So we got to live there and take our time and pack and find some place. And so it worked out in the end, but I was very serious because we couldn't sell our first house because it didn't have a basement. And people in the Midwest don't want to buy a house if it doesn't have a basement.
Why, y'all got tornadoes?
Yes. But it's crazy. Like, I couldn't understand. Like, it didn't bother us. It was fine. Like, we don't get tornadoes like they do in Oklahoma. Like, it's you maybe get like 1 or 2 that, kind of hit close a year, but they're usually in the counties.
That's too many.
Yeah, but they usually happen in the counties like north of us, like Warren and Butler counties. Like, you got to go maybe like 20 to 30 minutes north and they get a ton of them, whereas we don't get that many.
So you're moving.
Yeah, I don't know. At this point, no. At this point, we're going to sit down and we're going to talk about, okay, so what do we need to do to like get this to a point where, we could stay here for the foreseeable future? I think the other hard part about leaving this house too is that, like, we just put a new roof on. We just put all those new windows in the sunroom. The next step would be to redo the windows in the rest of the house. So Chris is like, we've made like sizable investments in this house. He goes, it feels kind of silly for us to all of a sudden just be like, okay, let's go.
Girl, y'all are adults.
Yeah. And the stuff that we've put in is good shit. So while the next house looks really nice, it's not as good of shit. Like, my front door is way cuter and way nicer than their mid-century modern door. Mine is heavier, it's thicker, the hardware's nicer. So I would kind of be taking a downgrade in some places.
So maybe you're not moving. Maybe you're going to make an office, fix the murder bathroom, and, figure out how to get more closet space.
Yeah, I think that would probably make the most sense. We are tucked back into a very quiet spot in our neighborhood, whereas this house is like on a main road. So,
then that's not the house. There's no main roads around here, no ma'am.
But it's like super far back off the street, so it's not too terribly bad. It has a huge backyard, so I don't know. I kind of feel like for now, moving is very stressful. So, and anything that we would do here, those projects, like, we could probably like 50-50 hire it out, do it ourselves. So we could save money. It would, improve the value of the house, get more equity. I don't know. We'll see. But it's fun to imagine. It's fun to dream.
Is it?
You guys think you'll stay in that house forever and ever?
100%. In fact, one of these children needs to take it on.
Aww.
When we're elderly and I can't get up and down these stairs.
Yeah.
100%. His studio will have to just become a master bedroom suite when I can no longer climb the stairs, and then my kids will have to take over the top because this is the forever house. There's no, we found a Picasso in the garbage. There's no.
Yeah.
And fixed it up. So there's no, this is the house.
Yeah. It's very cool.
And
I don't blame you.
Thank you. And I also just feel like I don't have the energy to, like, my kids, Shalom's got a whole life. She's got her friends, and moving in the same town, like, I know for a fact, architecturally, my house is the best house in this town.
Mm-hmm.
For me.
Yeah.
For my tastes. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to find. There are houses that are, like, in the realm, but they're not special.
Now, guys, you know that we would never tell you about anything that we didn't absolutely love, right?
Correct.
So, we are coming here to tell you that we have partnered up with Ana Luisa, and we want to let you guys know that using our code, you can shop Ana Luisa's sustainable, ethically made, affordable jewelry.
affordable is the best part.
Right? And save 10%.
Yes, save 10%. So be sure when you're done listening to this episode to hit up analuisa.com, analuisa.com. Go pick out your stuff. All very cute, all very dainty, all very pretty gold. If you're a gold person like me, there's plenty of stuff there for you. The code for your 10% discount, just because you're friends with us, is Imperfect. IMPERFECT. It's analuisa.com, and the code to save 10% is IMPERFECT. Imperfect.
Yes. Go shop and then show us what you got.
Oh yeah, tell us everything you got so I can see if I can get it too.
Happy shopping.
That sounds so terrible. But
no, you have a very specific house and you like that. I think that's kind of how I'm feeling about being over here. Like, there's not a lot of options. We would like to stay within the school district, so we're pretty limited on where we can go, and the houses that are available to us are either way outside of our budget or they're just like not our style, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like that modern farmhouse shit going on. That's
right,
just...
and you don't want to live, love, laugh.
And all of my furniture would look so weird inside that house. It just would be such a cacophony of like aesthetics that it would just make no sense. So, I think that Chris was saying, like, in order for us to leave the school district, we would have to find something that's like really, really amazing. Because she's also at that age too where like 6th grade, like you don't like you've got
girl,
friends.
If you're gonna do it, you got to do it before 7th grade.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that. If you're gonna do it, you need to do it before September of next year.
Yeah.
Because 7th grade apparently is extremely important, and the relationship dynamics start to change.
Yep.
Feelings, they have so many of them. And she would kill you. She would hate you if you took her away from that.
Yeah.
I have friends they've outgrown their house. They've got a cute little bungalow, but they've outgrown it, and they need to move, and they really are thinking about not moving despite outgrowing their house and not having adequate parking and whatever.
Yeah.
Because of their 7th grader. It's that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Can you imagine your parent? Well, you can. Can you imagine your parents giving a shit about your internal life so much that they would not do what they want to do?
Well, the reason that I am a little bit more sensitive to it than maybe some other folks, because I know people that do it all the time, and they'll move. Like, we just had neighbors that moved to Germany for a job assignment for a few years, and their son is Bennett's age. And so I think that there are people that do it and they think that this is an experience and the kid will get over it. Chris had to move twice. He moved first his sophomore. He first moved his sophomore year of high school, and then had to move again his senior year of high school. And,
oh, damn.
Yeah. And that was really, really hard. And he had a really rough time, left everything that he knew, all of his friends, all of that when they moved the first time. They had to move to Cape Cod, which I don't know if you've ever been to Cape Cod, but it's not the most happening place. And,
where's Cape Cod? Am I crazy? I don't know what that is.
It's outside of Boston. Like, if you look at Massachusetts, and it looks like the little bicep.
Listen, I feel bad for any Bostonians here, but I don't want nothing to do with nothing over there. Nope.
Oh no, why not? I love Boston. I love the Cape. Why?
Google it. Boston is one of the most racist cities in the world.
Really?
Yes, and the only people I know from Boston are actually black. But I'm saying,
that's
so
crazy.
It made no sense. Yeah, Google it.
Boston is well. I mean, I guess I wouldn't know because obviously, I don't have to worry about that while I'm there. For me personally.
Literally the first thing that comes up is Boston, America's most racist city. Ask a black Bostonian. And that was written September 10th.
No.
Yeah. Many white residents disagree. Well, we know when white residents disagree, that doesn't necessarily mean what we said isn't true.
Wow. Oh my God. There's just article upon article.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Get it together, Boston. I've always had so much fun. Like we always like will fly in. I think we flew in one time to like Providence, and one time we flew into some tiny ass place in New Hampshire, and then we drive into Boston. We spend the day. Chris's grandma and great aunt, and cousin, they all live on the Cape. Well, they have a handful of family that lives out there, but back when they were alive, we would go out and visit, and we took Quinn when she was a baby. It was so fun, and you could go up to Provincetown, and you can people watch and go to the art galleries and walk. It was just, I don't know. Now I'm like really sad. You just like ruined. You just yucked my yum.
Sorry.
All that American history.
I thought that was like a widely known.
I had no idea.
Well, the only reason why I know that is because after I had heard about the Mark Wahlberg incident, I was like, oh yeah, Boston makes sense. But he scrubbed the internet of that shit. But that I'll never forget.
No. Oh man.
Yeah, sorry.
Boston.
Sorry.
Shit.
I'm like the racism whisperer. I'm sorry. She said, really? I was like, yeah, dude. But the people that I know that are from Boston, it's that R&B group that Justin fucks with, Bad Rabbits.
Yeah.
They be having stories for days.
Oh no.
Yeah, and I had a friend named Ramu that lived there, black woman. It's a thing.
Dang.
I feel so bad. Hey, Bostonians, if you're listening to this, we know it's not you, though. We know it's not you.
We know it's not you, and your city is really fun. I like those little Mike's. Is it Mike's? The delicatessen where we can get the little tea cookies? Is that what that place is called?
I don't know.
Oh, my God. Little cannolis.
I've only been to Boston. The last time I was in Boston, I was doing a public appearance in a fucking Champs Sporting Goods, I think. With Chingy. So, that's my... Yeah, with Chingy.
Did you stay at the Holiday Inn?
What's that?
Isn't that his song? What you doing? Nothing. Staying at the Holiday Inn. Who you with? Oh, shit. God, this used to be my song, like, back in, like, 2000, 2001. Hold on. What you doing? Nothing, chilling at the Holiday Inn. Who you with? Me and my people. Something, and friends. What we gonna do? Something on each other and sip on some hand. Yes.
I'll have to think of it. But I remember that specifically because I flew in, did the appearance. I got like a couple of free shoes or something. And Justin Beck at the time was trying to holler. You know how he did. And so he drove up. From New York and stayed with me at my hotel. And I remember his phone ringing, He had a little gold flip phone on, I think. No, was it a flat razor?
I was going to say, is it a razor?
It was something old. It was something that only rich people had. So I was like, oh, okay. He flipped open his razor and, moved to the corner of the room. He's like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that side door's open. So he starts like having this whole, I wish I could help you. Yeah, I don't think so. And so now I'm looking at him crazy. Keep in mind, we're not boyfriend and girlfriend yet.
Yeah.
But, it was the start of something.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, who was that? Back in the day when you could be rude and be like, who was that on the phone? And it was this woman, girl, whatever. She wanted to give her friend, and now girl, full well, you did not need to call no Justin Beck for this bullshit because you knew he was with my ass. Please don't try me. Not today. And I want to say that particular incident was the incident where I was like, oh, no, this is going to, now I just have to take this man because someone else wants him, God damn it. She wanted to know, could she get access to his pool real quick because she was going to give a friend a haircut and then they wanted to go swimming. And I was like, did you tell her no because you have plans? Or she was like, no, she can't eat, she can't get in. Yeah, is this the place? No, bitch, this ain't the place. I don't have fond memories of Boston.
Dang, man, mine are all like, let's walk to Faneuil Hall. Let's look at this historical thing over there. I think last time I took a boat trip into the Mystic River. It was really fun. We went to Harvard one day. We took the train, subway, whatever they call that thing, over into we'll walk around Harvard's campus. That was cute. Wow.
I mean, I'm sure it's cute.
Yeah, but now it's tainted with racism.
It's terrible.
I really loved that John Adams series that was on HBO, and I read the book and I was like, well, this is history coming alive. I'm such a nerd. But it was fun. Oh well.
I'm sure there are pockets of cool. So. Listen, it can't be like when I had originally first heard that. Like, I grew up, my formative years in Florida. So what could be worse than that? You know what I'm saying? So nothing can be more terrible than Florida.
Oh, Florida. Florida's a special state.
It's really interesting. And what's crazy is I can't get my parents to leave. They just won't.
They just love it, or they're just comfortable?
I think they're averse to change, which is weird considering my dad was in the military and changed all the time.
Yeah.
They're just set in their ways, old people.
I just remember, when I moved down there, I feel like you go through the South and then you go to Florida. Florida's not part of the South. It's a very weird, mix of, people that have, it's just generations and generations of, Floridians. And then you have, all of your transplants. And, where we lived, it was, New York and New Jersey. That was, everybody that lived down there was from those places. So it was kind of like an annex. Yeah. It was so strange.
See, the thing about Florida, though, is I consider it the deepest South. I consider it country Southern, Alabama. It's on that level to me. And this was confirmed for me when Justin, when we first started really hanging out and he was trying to understand, who is this weird-ass girl? And I was like, when you say you're from Florida to a musician, mm-hmm. a touring musician, they're like, oh, fuck, really? Because, they make pit stops and they go to Waffle House. And,
yeah.
Florida is just a crazy, it's a weird place. It's a weird place.
Yep.
It's interesting, but it's a weird place. I can't see myself ever living there again. I have some fond memories, but nah, baby, we not.
Yeah. I like to visit. I mean, we do like to vacation down there, and it's always a good time. I will never live there again because the hurricane bullshit was just too much. That was very stressful.
That's what I'm saying. Every time there's a hurricane, I call my parents and they're unmoved. They're so desensitized because they've been there since, the early 90s. I'm going to say 1989. They've been there this whole time. Mm-mm. When did I get there? I got there when I was in 3rd or 4th grade. So mm-hmm. however old I was, what was that, 19? Who knows? I was in 3rd or 4th grade.
8, 9, 10.
Yeah, I was a little ass kid. And I'm telling you, my parents have never had hurricane damage this entire time. And they live around the corner from the town where those 2 houses were swallowed up in a sinkhole.
Holy shit.
Yes.
That's incredible. I moved to Florida, and within 4 weeks, I had 2 hurricanes come through, make landfall exactly where I was living. I was like,
Yeah.
fuck this. I'm not staying here. I can't.
I think my parents are just, blessed. Let me
That's
knock on
really
wood, 'cause
lucky.
Never. Not a flood, not a nothing. And the time that their house did flood, it was because there was a leak somewhere. They were here for a week, and they came home, and their house was underwater inside.
Oh,
bitch.
no.
They were here for a week. They ended up living in a hotel for like 2 months while their house got renovated. And I was just like, bitch, that house belongs to the water now.
Yeah.
What y'all doing? You need to come over here and live in a doorman apartment and,
no.
be by your grandkids.
Yeah.
What y'all doing?
Yeah.
But they just won't. They just, they're set in their ways in country.
Yeah. I mean, Tampa, well, how close are you to Tampa? How far is Valrico from Tampa?
I mean, listen, it's Tampa. Like,
Okay.
nobody says, oh, I'm from Valrico.
Got
Like,
it.
Who says that? It's Tampa. Like, there's one major highway.
Yeah.
Highway 60.
Yep.
You just keep going down it, and then you're in Tampa.
Yeah, we went, so when we were there last in 2019, we usually stay on the East Coast, but we decided to go to St. Pete. So we stayed around there and spent some time in Tampa and kind of went back and forth. And it's fun. There's lots to do. We took the kids to the Children's Museum. We went down to that place where they're currently hunting for brine laundry, Fort DeSoto Park. It's beautiful beaches.
Girl, why are his parents pretending that he's anywhere they're saying they're helping?
It's like Dexter. You remember when like Dexter would get in and like try to solve the case just so he could like muddle things up and like know what was going on? I totally feel like that's what's happening right now.
Yeah, they know exactly where he is.
Yes.
First of all, Brian's in a house. Dead ass.
Under the bed in a bunker.
He's got to be either that or he's in Mexico.
Yeah, he's gone. I don't even know. What a fucking
He's gone, and
mess.
he didn't kill himself. And he did not kill himself because he is enjoying this attention. I believe he's a freaking psychopath narcissist. And really, honestly, his parents should be in jail.
I just don't understand. And maybe I don't understand like the way that like all of this works, but how were they not required to be involved sooner than this? Why haven't they been? I mean, I guess they've committed no crimes that we know of, allegedly, but it just feels like this is all very slow and that nobody's really, I don't know.
Well,
they've just like fumbled the whole thing.
It's quite the dilemma. I just don't understand. It was clearly this motherfucker. What y'all doing?
Yeah.
Surely you could have found something to hold him on. Something. Or even not even hold him. You should have had total. They claimed they had surveillance on him. This and that. No, you didn't.
I know. Well,
No,
I
you
heard that
didn't.
they were picking him up on the wildlife cameras and all that bullshit. But what a mess. I mean,
that boy is gone.
the husband always did it. We always know. This is the tried and true trope of true crime. It is always the husband, the wife, the child. Like, it's always that first point of contact. This is never a random.
Girl, this fool drove her vehicle across the country home, and y'all are like cool with that. I mean, it's really terrible. And if I were her parents, I know I would be in Florida, camped out outside their mama house.
Yep.
Listen to me. You motherfuckers are going to find your son so that I can kill him myself.
Right.
That's what you're going to do.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy.
It's bananas. I feel so bad.
It's really terrible. They're never going to, I mean, at least they got her back, but that there's no justice.
Ugh.
Listen, thank you so much for listening to this podcast. I know we say it every episode and you hear it every episode, but do you feel it every episode? Because when we say it, we mean it. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. Every time you click on here on Friday to listen to your new episode of Imperfect Strangers, or you subscribe, or you tell a friend about it, it helps us to grow. And growing is what we do around here. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's 60 plus episodes for you to enjoy. So if you're new here, you can binge them. I've heard people like doing that. Please do, because it's great for us. And if you like the show so much, then why don't you consider leaving us a rating and a review? You can do that by logging into Apple Podcasts. I don't know if there's a login required, but I'm sure you'll click around and figure it out. 5 stars, be like, this is the best podcast ever, because it kind of is. That would be great. If you love the show so much too, you can follow us on all of our social media. We have an Instagram, and that is instagram.com/imperfectstrangers_podcast. That's where you'll find our interactive story every week. The interactive story is a visual component that goes with each episode. It's silly, but we do it, and it's fun, and we think people like it. So, you can watch it, and they live in our highlights at the top of our Instagram feed. So if you are not listening in real time, you can just, or not watching in real time, you can just, click it and watch it later, or not. It's whatever you want to do. Around here, we love the freedom to do what we want to do. You can also follow us on Twitter. That's Twitter, and the handle is Imperfect Strangers. If you need to see more of us, we have a whole website you can do. I don't know what that one is. Maybe it's imperfectstrangerspodcast.com. If you Google it, I'm sure it'll come up first, because we also are the masters of SEO. I don't even really know what SEO is. I just said that, but I'm sure it'll come up quickly. What else? Oh, now, if you're ballin', and you really, really love us, and you really want to support us, you can hit us up on Patreon. Our Patreon, you can just search it, Patreon Imperfect Strangers. There's a link in the bio as well. There are plenty of tiers for you to choose from. In the Patreon, you get bonus audio, you get a newsletter, you get access to our Monday night lives. We have a live show every Monday on Instagram where we talk about the show or not. Mostly the Monday night live is for super hardcore OG listeners who we've all kind of really become friends with. Like, how people say friends in our heads? Like, I think we're actually really all friends. This has moved beyond a parasocial experience, and it's become true and actual real friendship. If you log on to the Patreon, there is a $5 tier, and with the $5 tier, you get access to our Discord, our private Discord. There are so many channels. We have so many discussions about so many things and so many people. It's really a fun place. It's like our own baby Reddit. Anyway, thank you so much again for listening to our podcast, Imperfect Strangers. We really do appreciate your support, and we hope you come back here Monday for our live show on Instagram, and new episodes every Friday at midnight. Thanks again. Bye.